What's up, guys? How are we doing today? My name is Apache, and I'm bringing you guys episode 2 of my RuneScape Randomized series. In the last episode, we left off killing guards in hopes of getting a medium clue scroll step that would allow us to travel into Canopus while also catching fish and cooking them for food, in hopes that if we could not find the clue scroll we needed, then we could get 71 fishing and cooking, and boost to catch a raw shark required for the Firminic Trials quest ourselves. If you missed the last episode, definitely check it out on the channel to keep up to date with what we have done so far. But yeah, enough talking, let's just get right into it. So right off the bat, we got 20 fishing, which meant that we could now go and catch trout. So we went and bought 1,000 feathers from the fishing shop in Port Sarim and decided we were going to use them all up to have a big stockpile of food to camp at the guards at for a longer period of time, because I was tired of going back and forth constantly. Also, if you guys need a refresher on the rules of the series, watch the previous episode or check the description, but stay tuned until the end because I have some important changes you're going to want to hear about coming to the rules of this series, and I need you guys' feedback as well. So these 1,000 feathers ended up getting us up to 45 cooking, as well as 44 fishing, which was a big jump from the last episode, and it was much needed because we're going to need to catch and cook a lot more food throughout the series. We then returned to Falador to exterminate some more guards, and ended up finally getting our first medium clue scroll as well as some combat levels, which I really went super dry on this clue scroll for some reason. I went pretty dry on the drop rate. I have no idea why. I must have killed hundreds of guards. So I got the first clue scroll right there, as you can see, and for some reason I'm still killing this guard. I think he had just attacked him, so he kept fighting me. But this first clue scroll step required us to complete the sea slug quest, which required 30 fire making to complete. So we deforested Varrock for a while, as well as started a fair few amount of forest fires until we got the level. We then went and took a boat to a fishing platform that was filled with zombies or something like zombies with slugs on their heads, something like that, I believe. And then we took another boat to find an estranged father hiding on his own private island to evade his children, who were on the island with the zombies. Or the platform, should I say, with all the zombie sea slug things. We then lowered this kid into the ocean for his father, to the depths of the ocean. And since we were already here, we went ahead and completed the next step of our clue scroll, which was in that crate right there, which is why we had to do the quest, because we have to do it to completion, obviously. We then talked to Sweet Caroline over here, who was pleased with our work, and we completed the sea slug quest to get another fishing level, which brought us up to 45 fishing. The next step of the clue scroll took us to the Zia house that starts with a P. I don't even know how to pronounce it, and I'm not going to try. And the dock master right here required us to take a quick impromptu math quiz that he just sprung upon us to get the next clue. As you can see right here, we got it right. And then the incredible happened, guys. We received this here clue step, which required us to go to Canopus. I was literally so happy whenever I got this, because I had no idea how long this clue scroll grind was going to take me, but it didn't take me long at all. I got on the third step, which is really awesome. So you can see it takes us right down to the swamps of Morton. But before we could do Priest in Peril, we had to go to the Wizard Tower and complete Rune Mysteries. So we did that. That we then killed this cute puppy, which I was super sad about. He was just we were trying to pet him, ended up actually killing him. And then we mined some bland gray looking circles from inside a portal. And completed Priest in Peril, which allowed us access to Canopus, as well as got our prayer level up to 13, which is pretty cool. We then took our first steps into Canopus and tried to make our way south to enter the dirty swamp where ghosts steal your food for some reason, and forgot that to get in there we had to do Nature Spirit. So, before we could do Nature Spirit, we had to go to church, talk to a priest, and do a Restless Ghost because it was a prerequisite. So we gave this ghost head, and set him free before he returned to his life. His previous life. We set him free to the depths of the sea. He was under the sea. There's Restless Ghost done. We also needed to get up our crafting for Nature Spirit, so we returned to the cows for a while until we got this here beginner clue scroll, which give trash rewards. I don't know why I do them, but I have to. And took us back to our friend Brian in Port Sarim, who gave us a casket and gave us a clue scroll that I would have been fine with never opening. As you can see right there, leather chaps and body runes. Great rewards. We then tanned the clue scrolls over in Alcarid as we have done previously, and got ourselves up to 18 crafting, which was a requirement for Nature Spirit. We went ahead and picked up a sickle mold because we needed it for the quest, as well as a tiara mold because we were going to need it for the Firminic Trials achievement diaries. Went and bought a silver bar from a redundant. Oh, and ignore the dude in the corner. He's just some random guy. I don't know who he is. He just popped up one day. Went and made a silver sickle. Made our way down to a ghost in the swamps. Proved to him that he was a ghost with a mirror, because, ghosts can see themselves in mirrors. And then we came into his house, which he invited us in finally, after a long period. And we helped him make over his house, as you can see. Nature Spirit was completed after that, which got us up some crafting levels as well, 23 crafting, and some defense levels. Nice. We then completed the clue step, because we had finished everything we needed to do to get down there. Got a coordinates clue, which took us to the Firminic Trials place, Firminic, whatever you call it, Relica. We then got the exact same clue scroll and step again, which took us right back to the same spot, which is actually kind of crazy, because in the first clue we got 2 of the ones that we needed. Got a casket, which we did not open. I then decided that I wanted to make some money, so I decided that Chaos Druids was a place to do it, but it actually wasn't at all, and I didn't get anything of worth there that I could alch, so I went and bought some runes with my entire cash stack, and made my way over to Ogress Warriors. I decided to safe spot them for a while to get some mage training, because I was going to need to safe spot and use mage on some bosses coming up. We did this for a while and ended up getting up to 38 magic, as you can see there, so that's pretty awesome. And then I did something that I swore I wasn't going to do again. I suited up, I grabbed a looting bag that I got from the Chaos Druids, and I went and I collected more steel plate bodies. But this time we had a looting bag, so I got to get a lot more. And we sold all those off to Horvath, I believe that's his name, and ended up with around 60k from that, so that was pretty cool. We then decided to spend it all on runes again, because I was going to go back to the Ogress Warriors, but I decided not to, and I went over to train at the Zamorak Monks. Although these dudes actually hit pretty hard, and I ended up getting a Zamorak Monk bottom, which is actually probably best in slot mage for a while, actually, so that's pretty awesome. Then made our way back over to the Ogress Warriors after getting the bottom, because I figured why not, now that I got that mage item, I might as well go use it. Picked some weed, grinded the weed up, put it in a pot, picked some berries, and made every dwarf's kryptonite so I could go do the giant dwarf. But instead of doing the giant dwarf, I got distracted and started gambling, rolling dice, I actually lost right here. And I played with some colorful balls so that I could complete myself the Death Plateau quest, which was also a requirement for Make Trials. And since we were here, I decided I would go climb over some rocks, go into a gate, and kill my father right fast. So I did that. Then I killed a general for a prison key. Basically just safe spotted a lot of guys who couldn't reach me until I could get a bunch of keys and release all these guys from prison, or from troll prison, so that I myself could complete the Troll Stronghold quest, which I was actually really nervous about, but it wasn't hard at all. I then made my way over to the city of really short people and started the giant dwarf with this dude right here who has a lemon cake on his head. I then played RuneScape's intern simulator for a while and ran errands for those dudes a bunch until I finished the giant dwarf, which got me a lot of levels: mining, smithing. I think I got a decent amount of levels from this. Crafting, thieving, fire making. Wow, look at all those levels. I then decided that I needed to train up some more before I did Firminic Trials, so I went to the rock crabs right beside here and got a few levels. Telegrabbed some gold bars so that I could make some rings of recoil, because I needed them for the boss in the Firminic Trials, or that's what the wiki said at least. I then finally started the Firminic Trials, made my way over there, talked to this dude, and just started doing a big list. I killed this dude inside his house a bunch so that I could get some type of special musical instrument. Then played a show with said musical instrument. And then I made my way into the depths to fight Koishai the Deathless. This is the dude I was super worried about, and this is the reason I saved my clue scroll caskets, because you're not supposed to be able to fight him with anything, like you're supposed to be unarmed, but I actually managed to sneak in these clue scrolls caskets, so I got some armor and stuff, and I actually got a cabbage round shield right there, which is pretty cool, because it's pretty rare. I killed him a bunch of times, and I went ahead and opened the other clue scrolls as well, because I had the inventory space now, and got myself a pickaxe and a black plate body that I decided I was going to kill him with. And then I eventually died on the 4th time, which was actually pretty scary, even though it's a safe death. And yeah, but I still beat the challenge or whatever, so he was proud of me. And then I went over here and finished up the Firminic Trials, which I believe also got me a lot of levels, because there's so many like skills that it gives XP in. How many levels did I get here? Defense, hit points, fishing, thieving, agility, plenty of levels. But if you guys noticed in the last clip, I actually got something that I did not expect to get at all, and I got a Master Clue Scroll from that like easy Clue Scroll reward. I wasn't expecting to do that at all, and I didn't even think about that before this, but now that I have the Master Clue Scroll, obviously I'm going to try to complete it. Like, that's not even a question, that's what the series is about. Once I get a Clue Scroll, I have to complete it. But I am going to put 2 stipulations on it, because I don't want the series to go through a huge stalemate to where I literally can't progress at all, and I can't put episodes out for you guys. So what I'm going to say is that I'm going to complete the Master Clue Scroll, whatever it requires, which right now I have to. The next big goal in the series is going to be to do Desert Treasure, because that's required for the first step of the Clue Scroll, so that's what I'm going to be working towards on the next episode. But I'm going to complete it. The only 2 things that I'm not going to be able to complete is if, 1, the Clue Scroll requires a Clue Scroll reward, like for an emo clue, which I'm not going to be able to do. I talk about that in the first episode. I'm not going to spend a lot of time just searching Clue Scrolls for a specific Clue Scroll reward, because that's going to take forever, and I'm not going to be able to put series out for you. So if that happens, I'm going to drop the Master Clue, as well as if it requires farming. Because if it requires farming, I'm not just going to sit around and farm forever, because it's going to take a while to get up to whatever farming level it requires, and yeah, I don't want to just have to not make episodes because I'm just farming and that's all I can do. So if it requires farming, or if it requires a Clue Scroll reward, then I am not going to do it, and I'm going to drop the clue. But anything other than that, I am going to complete. So my next goal in the next episode is going to be to complete Desert Treasure, so I can finish the first step of this Clue Scroll. Alright guys, so if you remember in the start of the episode, I mentioned that there was something I wanted to talk to you guys about regarding the series. And one of those things is that I saw a comment, which I'll leave it on the screen right now, and he said that I should make the task more specific and more restrictive, and I like that idea. So I went ahead and came up with some new tasks to replace the old ones. Like, for instance, replacing the gain 10 levels of a skill with actually goal-oriented stuff, like obtain the next tier of Smith bar, common fish, that type of thing, just to make it more unique and more goal-oriented as opposed to level-oriented. I also added some other ones, like obtaining minigame uniques and beginner clue scrolls uniques, and all clue scroll uniques actually, and as well as Barrow's gloves, Slayer drop, unique boss drop. And then I also wanted to do an easy quest uniques, but I'm going to obtain a quest unique, but at first it's going to be the easy quest unique, then medium, then hard. It's just going to go down in order so that I also obtain those. Another thing that I wanted to touch upon is the fact that from now on in the series, I'm gonna be able to set requirements for what I think is required for the task at hand. So for instance, with Desert Treasure coming up, I don't think I can complete Desert Treasure without protection prayers. So I'm going to put 43 prayers as one of the requirements to complete Desert Treasure, because there's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to complete it without protection prayers. It's just going to be impossible with all the bosses I have to kill. As well as I'm going to make the other requirements 60 magic and 55 defense. But so I'm going to be able to train these things whenever I want to, but I cannot go out of my way to obtain things for instance, any of these things, any uniques from Barrow, Slayer, Boss, anything that's a task, I can't go out of my way to complete unless it's on my current task or current clue scroll. But for instance, combat training, if it requires prayer like this one does, I'm going to have to get it. So that's one thing I'm going to be doing in the next episode, is getting 43 prayer. That's just, there's no way I can complete Desert Treasure without that. So I'm going to have to do that. And yeah, I hope you guys understand, and I would love to hear some of you guys' feedback on the subject, as well as all the tasks right here. I'm just going to scroll through them so you can see them all. And I think they're a lot better. Like, I have, like, unlock a Slayer points reward and stuff like that, unlock next house, butler, that type of things. Or just things that are more, like, goal-oriented as opposed to, like, gain 10 levels in Slayer. Like, that's just kind of, like, bland. But this gives me more of an objective to go towards. So, yeah. So I hope you guys like that change, and they will be implemented into the next episode, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, without further ado, guys, tomahawk that like button, subscribe and join the tribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Have a great day.